Great. Tak, dobrý den, vážení diváci Skautského institutu. Hello. Welcome to this event. And dneska to bude tady přeskakuju mezi angličtinou a češtinou. Dneska bude tato událost bude v angličtině probíhat, jak ji bylo dříve oznámeno. A je to z toho důvodu, že je to s námi Anastasia.
Anastasia, yeah. Nice to meet you.
Not yet, Anastasia. Just the introduction yet. So, we didn't quite get the timing, but all right. Takže každopádně, jako vždycky, můžete komentovat film vydané na Facebooku nebo YouTube a ptát se třeba na nějaké otázky, pokud vás v průběhu napadnou. Tak děkujeme a pojďme přeskočit do angličtiny a vrhnout se na to. So, now's the time. Hello, Anastasia. Welcome to the Scouts Institute of Olomouc. And today we're going to talk about a project you and your friends started.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Yeah, sure.
Did you come up with some other topic? Okay, well, first maybe we would like you're not exactly that much of a known person, so can you tell us something about yourself? A little bit, nothing special, nothing intimate, definitely.
Okay, first of all, I'm glad I'm here. Yeah, it was kind of a surprise for me, but I'm happy so that more people can hear about our idea. Okay, so my name is Anastasia, and I'm I don't know.
The age isn't important if that's what you think.
No. Okay, so all you need to know is that I've just covered 400 miles on foot in 3 minutes to be in time for this interview. So I'm really happy to be with you here, and I'll be glad to answer all of your questions.
Okay, we're glad to have you. Okay, let's cut to the chase. Well, what is it exactly we're going to talk about today? Basically, I'll take the first basic part of introducing. You maybe can explain the rest. And it's well, you and your friends, I assume, started a website that well, its topic is writing, and in general. Is there like anything other than that for beginners to know? I mean, we were going to talk about it definitely in a more deeper context.
Well, Osoblyva Stories is a website, and also we have such social networks. So we are on Instagram, on Facebook, and so on. What are we actually? We are a project which promotes storytelling. So one of our main missions is to help people create stories which other people can trust, to make stories attractive, to improve people's writing skills, to help them find ideas and express their ideas in a clear way. And also we want to help people.
I'm sure that's fine for a start.
Okay.
We're gonna definitely talk about it later about the specifics. But well, when did you come up with it? How old is it? I mean, what's the origin story, we could say?
Oh, okay. It all began this spring. It was quarantine times, and I was thinking of okay. I was going to start something to launch a project. I had some ideas, but I wasn't sure of the topic. And then a great friend of mine, Valeria Chernyak, she returned from Erasmus Plus project on the topic of storytelling, and she shared her knowledge, her ideas, and then I got that that was it. Storytelling would be perfect thing to combine our ideas, my hobbies. Um, it's it's the thing which I want to learn better myself and then teach people how to express themselves.
Okay. Um, so basically, you wanted to do something, and the writing turned out to be a thing you are interested in, and
Yeah, yeah,
so you took
sure.
the path and continue going. And
It's not.
was it spring this year? I'm not
Yeah,
sure I heard
yeah,
you
it was
correctly.
true.
The connection
Hmm.
might be not so clear. Okay, you were saying something?
Just continue.
No? Okay, great. um, so you've been running for like half a year or something, and
Hmm.
uh, does it have a structure? We said it was it's a website basically, and you have some social media. So
Yeah.
you is all of the content on the website, or are you just taking the parts of it, putting on social media? How do you like have that distributed?
Okay, so yeah, we have a strategy and
Sounds so
we
official.
also yeah we share the information in different ways. So um, on our website you may find the stories of people, so real people who share their success stories or share some of the experiences to prevent you from such things in future, and you can find them there, find their contacts, I mean, and talk about this experience. Maybe you can find something common with that person. Also, we post a lot of learning materials on website and on Facebook. But we decided to make Instagram more interactive. Like now, there is more young audience on Instagram, and that's why we thought that people would appreciate some marathons, interactive tasks, like quizzes, and so on.
Okay. Hmm. And okay. We've been mentioning, and you've been mentioning, uh, some people you've been doing this with, or precisely one friend who gave you the idea. Are there
Mm-hmm.
any more people, or is it just the two of you who are running this whole thing?
Mm-hmm. Well, firstly, um, there was a third girl in our team um, who helped us to correct some mistakes in English to make it way more professional. But then she had a lack of time for the project, so she left. Also, had we used the help of a guy who like created the website because we are just two Ukrainian girls, no IT genius. Yes, but now only two of us are running the project. Though we are intending to find more people, more interested and inspired people to join our team.
Okay. So officially, this is um, the video to engage and for interest of other employees potential. Oh,
Who knows? Who knows?
employees maybe not might not be the right word, right? But
Just
so
volunteers,
basically,
slaves.
the usual. Okay. Uh, you have any like particular distribution of responsibilities with the friend of yours? Like you are
Mhm.
running the content, or she runs the social media, or the other way around, or something else?
Mm, yeah, so first of all, our content plan, sorry, we are creating and thinking our ideas together. So, um, well, we live in different cities, but we call each other and then spend hours by creating content, and it's really inspiring. Um, but still, um, she's like my friend does more job in writing, and I do more job for Insta promotion and design.
Okay,
Yeah.
as I want to know. Okay, and maybe we've been talking about the project so broadly. So let's get right into what exactly uh, is it about? Like what are the specifics? So let's say the web page is the center. So what's my mindset as a viewer, as a fan maybe, who comes on the page, and what should I be like interested in? What should my mindset when I get on the page?
Mhm.
Maybe for whom is it?
Well, if we are talking of you as a random man who uh, checks our website, it depends on what you are looking for. If you're looking for some advice, advice in relation to life experience, you may find a story which can help you. And or if you want to share your experience, you may write it on our website, and mm, maybe other people find it motivational. Um, Also, if you're not sure of your writing
Expertise?
writing competences, writing
Okay.
competence, then we'll help you to develop it, because we've got a lot of learning materials, which
Okay.
yeah, which is interesting and informational.
hmm so basically anyone who needs to write something can visit and get something from it. That's good.
Yeah.
It's you don't exactly need any requirements. I can do that. So yeah, when I visit the web, I maybe check what's in there. You said you can publish your own story and also view the stories of other people.
Mm-hmm.
So um, mm, I think my question is, I mean, okay, that's pretty straightforward. Are there any requirements to that story you need to publish or you want to publish? I
As
mean,
for
or can I just
requirements,
write whatever?
well, we are thinking our concept right at this period. So
Mhm.
previously, um, it should be a story from your life experience. So not whatever, um, and uh, it should be kind of structured. Like you need to have a beginning, then a middle part, um, then kind of culmination, and the ending. Uh, but now we are trying to make it more like fiction to um, make people feel free in our space, and to awaken their fantasy, their imagination. Um, so to help them, write such stories. We got some kind of writing marathons. Our previous marathon was based on also on stories from people's real experience. But our future marathon is gonna be about some fantastic plots, and we prepared really interesting tasks. So it's a new concept for us.
Okay, so you started talking about something called writing marathons. Um, I've heard of those only in the Amnesty International sense, but uh, these so it's like people are connected like live right now. It probably takes place in the at the same time. So uh, mm, I think maybe do you like when you go on the marathon, then do you get to communicate with other people who are also like in the marathon, or you just are you in the contact during the event?
Um, uh, I'm not sure I got you right, but I'll try to answer it somehow. Uh,
Okay.
sorry. Um, well, during the marathon, we post tasks for people.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 3 times a week we post tasks, and people shall write a story to this task, like an answer story, and they should post it in their social networks, on their accounts, um, and tag us, Osoblyva story, so that we can find them and mm, give them some feedback. Um,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
well,
Yeah,
as
I
for some
understand that.
communication between the participants, for now not. But you can find hashtags and like get inspired by other people's stories, other people's answers to our tasks.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Maybe that. Um, mhm. The tasks you mentioned, can you give us an example of some of the tasks you give the participants?
Sure. Last time we created a task to write a horror story, but
Hmm.
in uh,
Sounds fun.
I don't remember the exact number of words. Maybe in 50 words or something. And
Sure
that
story.
was really interesting because writers and creators need limits to boost their creativity. So we gave them limits, and the results were really amazing.
Yeah. Can you have an Do you have an example, or like some particularly interesting story that came up?
Oh,
I mean, just the basic idea,
um,
or not?
well, it was. I don't have the example with me right now, but I can. I can give
Scramble
you.
the mind.
Yeah. So it was just 2 sentences of a normal life, um, and then unexpected ending. Or I heard such an example. Um, it's shorter than 50 words, and it's not horror. It's very sad, but it was just one sentence. Um, chi- um, well, babies. Wait. Uh, babies' clothes is being sold unworn, so it's not being worn, and
I'm not
it's
sure I
it's
understand
not
that
being worn.
well.
It means that the child has no chance to wear that clothes.
Oh,
Yeah, so you can
okay.
you can guess that maybe something happened to this child.
That-
It's not horror, but yeah, it's touching.
hmm. I probably wouldn't go that way, but I mean, every writer is different, I guess. And so these marathons are one of the, you could say, tools that you use to maybe educate people about writing. And uh, you have like other ones, maybe just you, for example, you maybe are those even different, the different tasks. I don't know if they count, but mm, like yeah, what basically the question is, what are the tools you maybe give the people who don't feel that capable of writing something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as I mentioned before, we've got a lot of learning materials, and also in the future we're going to have um, uh, something more professional than just writing marathon. Like writing marathon is aimed to boost creativity, um, to help people write out. But in future we're going to have writing, well, a course in writing. We want to involve some specialists in storytelling, some professional writers who can give practical advices and also exercises for people to, yeah, to get more skilled.
It sounds interesting.
Yeah,
That could put
it's promising.
a big difference,
Sure.
a big step ahead. And I understand from some of the things you say, the though it may seem it was running for quite some time. I mean, half a year is relatively a long time, but relatively in the sense it's a, let's say, a side project, so there's no wonder. Um, why it's basically still in its beginnings, it's in
Yeah.
um, its creation also. So we wish about that happy progress. And, um, I've been talking how the website and the project is supposed to help people, right? Um, do you feel qualified to do that? I mean, you said you want to hire some other professional writers who can give some uh, tips, but um, are you just like an enthusiast, or do you write yourself? I mean, you seem
Mhm.
very young, and you are. So I guess you probably didn't write that many books. So I just about your let's say level of writing experience, if there's
Uh,
any.
okay, sure. I've got years of writing experience, but actually, it wasn't professional. Though my mom still recommends me to publish some of my stories. Uh, but, mm, well,
Thanks,
but
mom.
thanks, mom. The only person who believes in me. Thanks, mom.
Moms are
Just
always there
kidding.
for
Just
us.
kidding. Mm, well, what was the question? Sorry. These jokes.
Your writing
Am I
experience, is it
okay?
just
Okay, okay.
school papers, or are you writing like another way? I mean, I guess
No.
you encourage people to write, so you write some stories on your own.
Yeah, sure. I always felt enthusiastic to write my own stories to express my vision of the world in such stories. Um, I don't know, mm, even when the situation wasn't very appropriate, when I need to do some routine tasks, plots were born in my head. And then I just wrote them down on paper and shared it with the closest person to me, with my brother. And he was my greatest fan. He still is. Besides of mom, maybe. Okay. Sport of the family, yeah.
The lesson of this
but
from this event is family is the foundation of it.
family values. um, but then um, I I read more books on writing. Um, I I got interested in some techniques which helped me to improve my skills. But sure, I'm not that professional um, who can be 100% trusted and yeah in this question. That's why you know there is no limit for perfection. Um, That's why I'm gonna be the first student of this course um, while while I'm holding it. Um, it
Were you on a
doesn't.
holiday, or did I understand correctly, or what did you say exactly?
No, no, no,
I
no.
I just didn't hear you.
Okay. Uh, what I intended to say is that I'm gonna be the first and the most enthusiastic student of that
Hmm.
course in order
Yeah, yeah,
to
of course.
learn as much as possible and teach people afterwards. Yeah,
Lead by an example, of course.
yeah.
So, yeah, do you have any like, I mean, it's debatable that there are a couple of, let's say, like sources from which you can improve your skills, uh,
Mm-hmm.
writing wise. I mean, you can read textbooks, you can read regular books, nonfiction,
Sure.
pleasure, or you can write as much as you want, like a repetition. Uh, do you have like a favorite of those methods, or do you think one of them is the most effective one?
Well, I believe in the power of combination.
Mm,
So
that's
when
deep.
when you got an inspiration to write, but you are not sure of your writing skills, just write. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Um, then when you wrote like your masterpiece, read it once, read it twice, and found the places which you would like to correct. And then when
Hmm.
you know your weak points, um, you know what to look for, which methods will help you better to improve them. Textbooks are good as well, but not all people not all people can can use this tool. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
it's too boring.
it's a different approach, and different people use different methods,
Yeah,
we could say.
yeah.
But the first grade reading, it's probably something we all go through.
But you need practice. Practice is the best way, I think.
Yeah. I mean, never be ashamed of the first draft. That's not
Yeah.
something I came up. I read it in a book about writing, but, but it seems smart. So yeah, and I try to apply in everything that I write. Although the other important rule is to write the second draft. That's the better one.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, true. So I think we pretty much covered most of what is it about. There's no need to uh, more talk unnecessarily longer for unnecessarily longer time. So mm, let's maybe finish it with something like a view to the future. So how do you what are the, let's say, goals? What's the ideal way in which this project will evolve? Maybe.
hmm my friend and I, both of us, want to inspire as much people as possible. We wanna make people see how powerful stories can be, and how powerful can people be when armed with their stories. Um, so just write, and that's the main advice, the main lesson of this interview, I think.
Okay. Uh, Keep it simple. That's what I'm saying. So you probably that's pretty much it. I mean, thank you for the talk.
Yeah, thank
It
you.
was interesting. The project is interesting, seems interesting, and I hope it will keep continue. Will keep being interesting. People
Get
can,
involved.
I think, yeah, people can see the progress on your Facebook pages and the web page itself. I think a link for at least one of those things is in
Yeah,
the
sure.
description of this event, so people can check that out. Please do. uh, so yeah, thanks. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks again. Ah, damn it. To Anastasia and
David and
uh,
Anastasia.
and see you again on some other event. For example, tomorrow we are talking with uh, I think it's the director of the Moravian Theater about Olamotes in and culture. So definitely check that out too. We have lots of other events, online events in this time. So take time to maybe educate yourself. Okay, thanks you and goodbye.
Bye.